The question I'm about to ask you might piss you off. It might shock you. It might make you uncomfortable. But it's for your own damn good, so answer it honestly. Ready? When was the last time you got laid? Seriously. When was the last time you shoved your dick in a girl's pussy and fucked her without paying for it? A few weeks? A few months? Maybe even a few years? Chances are, if you're watching this video right now, then it's been too long. And you are frustrated with ending up alone, night after night, with internet porn, a box of tissues, and a tub of Vaseline. If this sounds like you, then you want to keep watching this video. Because I'm about to show you a weird trick you can use to bypass any woman's rejection mechanism and install uncontrollable feelings of lust and desire directly into her unconscious mind, causing her to get turned on, wet between the legs, and dying to fuck in just seconds. It doesn't matter if you're an older guy who hasn't slipped his dick into a tight 19-year-old pussy in decades, and it certainly doesn't matter what you look like. You'll make her pussy soaking wet the very first time you use it, even if she rejected you before or said she just wants to be friends. But before I share this trick with you, I do have to warn you. What I'm about to reveal to you is controversial because it works by tapping into a woman's animal brain and forces her to act on her deepest, darkest sexual desires in such a way that she literally loses control of her decision-making ability and has to fuck. If you've ever caught a glimpse of a porn video and the girl's just so fucking hot that you have to stop whatever you were doing and just whip it out and jerk off on the spot, well, that's how she's going to feel every time she's around you. And because of this is a video that bitchy feminists don't want you to see. They don't want you to have the kind of power and control over women that this video will give you. They think it's wrong. They think they should be the ones who decide who to fuck and when. In fact, one online feminist blogger recently wrote, "The information in this video is manipulative and has serious effects on a woman's ability right to choose who she mates with. For thousands of years, women have held this power, and these techniques pose a direct threat." Well, fuck that, and fuck her. Because what I'm about to teach you is no more manipulative and no more wrong than what women do to get you horny each and every day. I mean, when she wears a push-up bra to make her tits look perfectly round and perky, covers her face in makeup to look as close to Angelina Jolie as possible, and wears heels to push her ass out to trigger a gut-level sexual response from you, it's fine. But when you use simple psychological techniques to get her horny, all of a sudden you're the bad guy? Give me a fucking break. Right now, it's time to level the playing field. And you will. But you have to watch this video right now. Because these feminists will not stop coming at us. And I've already had 14 complaints sent into my hosting company. So there's a strong chance that this video could be pulled at any time if these cunts get their way. If you're watching this right now, it means the video is still up. But if you leave thinking you can just come back later and watch, well, you're gonna be sorry because you'll miss out. And while other guys are out there using this trick to slam fine as fuck pussy, you're gonna be jerking off alone into a napkin or a gym sock. So you've got a decision to make. Do you want that to be how you continue to live your life? Do you want to live out the rest of your life feeling rejected, undesired, alone, possibly even paying for sex because you don't possess the one simple skill every man must have to live a complete and fulfilling life? The ability to fuck the women you want, when you want. That's your choice. If you'd rather just live out your life without getting pussy, or worse, settling for whatever raggedy old pussy gets thrown your way, then you're a spineless loser. And I don't want you watching the rest of the video. Exit this page now. This video is only for guys who are ready to step up, take action, finally make something of themselves, and start fucking young, hot pussy when and how they want. Guys like Michael, who wrote into me shortly after watching this presentation saying, "When I heard about this, I thought it was a load of bullshit. A 53-year-old guy like me getting pussy without being a celebrity? Yeah, right. But when I fucked the 19-year-old cutie cashier at Starbucks literally the very first time I used the stuff from your video, well, I was a believer." And James, who wrote in to say, "Thanks for giving me the checklist with the 33 words that make women wet. It's really easy to sneak them into my conversations, and I can even use them in Facebook messages and texts to get girls into me. I've slept with more women in the past 3 weeks than I have in the past 3 years." And William, who wrote, "My buddies are accusing me of using pussy nip. Whenever we're out on the town together, girls keep coming up to me and pretending to accidentally brush against my cock to get me to notice them." Those are just a few of the thousands of real-life success stories I've received, and I'll share a few more with you in a minute. But before I do, I want to share with you the one big secret you need to know in order to start fucking the pussy you want when you want. And it's this. Nearly every single guy tries to get sex by making girls like them or feel attracted to them. But this is dead wrong. Because girls don't blow guys they just met in bathroom stalls because they feel attracted to them. And they don't grab for cock unprompted because a guy is their type. If they did, the streets and public restrooms would be filled with thousands of women fucking random guys at all times. And obviously, that's not what's going on. Here's why. Girls turn into horny, hungry for sex nymphos when they are aroused, not attracted. Aroused. Big difference. The two have almost nothing to do with each other. And when you skip trying to make her attracted to you and instead figure out how to get her aroused, you can fuck any woman you want. And you can do it regardless of whether she's attracted to you or not. What's more, when you can get her aroused on command, she'll make the first move on you, so you don't ever have to risk rejection. And all you have to do is lay back, play it cool, and let her chase her way into your pants. Recently, a group of research scientists studying covert influence techniques used by the CIA stumbled upon 7 secret arousal triggers that get women uncontrollably horny. And I'm about to share them with you. But first, some background on how they discovered them, because the story is pretty crazy. So, the study started off innocently enough. The scientists had a list of 14 verbal techniques they had determined the CIA was using to influence and persuade interrogation subjects and get them to confess. So they made this list, brought in 25 test subjects, and began going through the checklist, noting down the results. The first few subjects were men, and everything went according to plan. But when women started participating in the study, things got downright weird. You see, nearly every single time these scientists would run through their checklist with a female subject, she'd start to act strange. She'd turn red in the face, squirm in her seat, and ultimately ask to leave to the bathroom. Well, after this happened a few times, the scientists started following up with the women and asking why they were leaving, and the women refused to answer. One day, against his better judgment, one of the researchers followed one of the female test subjects into the bathroom, out of nothing more than academic curiosity. But when he entered the bathroom, he discovered something that would change his life forever. She was leaning against the wall with her head tilted back, her skirt hiked up, and she was furiously fingering her pussy and moaning. The researcher, embarrassed, turned around and tried to leave as fast as he could, but she was having nothing of it. She grabbed him, began kissing him, and then proceeded to suck his cock dry and take every last drop in her mouth. She was 22. He was 54 and married. Shortly after this incident occurred, the study was halted and the documents of what had happened were destroyed. The researcher was stripped of his job title and blacklisted from the industry. He had told his closest confidant on the research team what had happened, and just like that, it was all over. And so was his marriage, too. Pissed off and desperate for revenge, the scientist began a crusade to get the word out about what had happened. He wanted to reveal the dirty little secret that the research team was holding. He wanted to destroy their careers, too. And he wanted to destroy the financial backers of the experiments, one of Europe's largest multinational conglomerates. He told everyone he knew what had happened. He contacted the newspapers. No one believed him. In their eyes, he was a sex offender desperate to get revenge. After months, one man, Richard LaRuina, a desperate virgin in his mid-20s, finally agreed to at least test out the techniques. He had nothing to lose, and was himself experiencing a personal crisis, having never slept with a woman and having nowhere to turn. And the very first time he used just one of the 7 arousal triggers, he knew things would never be the same. Fast forward to present day. This man, Richard LaRuina, has slept with more women in the past 3 years than most men sleep with in 30 lifetimes. The Times, the BBC, The Sun, and dozens of media outlets follow Richard's every move. And one of the biggest publishers in the United States has recently contracted Richard to write a memoir. Each month, men fly from every corner of the earth to London, where he lives, just to privately learn from him. And his legions of followers grows by the day. But no matter how many times he's on the cover of the paper, and no matter how many men learn his methods, women are still unable to catch him and his followers in action. You see, it's impossible. He calls the methods he's been using and refining stealth attraction because of how under the radar they are. If you were to watch someone using stealth attraction on a woman, you'd have no idea what was happening. You'd simply see a guy talking to a girl. It would look as if 2 old friends were catching up and having a chat. No awkward signs of him hitting on her. Not even a hint of your typical uncomfortable interaction. After 2 to 3 minutes, though, things would begin to look anything but normal. First, you'd observe the woman's face begin to turn red. and her hips start to sway ever so slightly. These are the surest signs of attraction, and the telltale signs that stealth attraction is at play. Then, the woman would start to touch her face and her hair as her head begins to tilt slightly to the side. Moments later, the female will suggest a trip to somewhere a bit more secluded and quiet. And that is when the good stuff takes place. At no point in watching would you ever know that the guy is actually causing these responses in a woman to occur by using a series of covert arousal-building triggers, which were never supposed to see the light of day. And that's the beauty of stealth attraction, the completely under-the-radar nature in which it occurs. Absolutely no one will know you are using it, especially the woman. In fact, one of the most common things you'll hear from women is, "I'm not the kind of girl that does this, but it just happened." And that's exactly how Richard and his students like it. Leading Yale PhD psychologist and former editor of the International Journal of Interpersonal Psychology, Dr. Bruce Goldfarb says, Richard's methods have a very solid basis in the most cutting-edge research in the field of sexual psychology and interpersonal persuasion. While I'm not fully comfortable with how this material is likely to be used, I am impressed with the ingenuity, the creativity, and the careful scientific thought which has gone into the development of the methods. Until now, if you wanted to learn the secret science of stealth attraction, you'd have to fly to London to attend one of Richard's closed-door group seminars. And these things are not cheap. They run upwards of $7,000 for the weekend. In the past 4 years, over 1,200 men have done just this, and their results have been nothing short of incredible. Following these seminars, over 78% of men report sleeping with at least 3 women the very same month. For many, their first seduction takes place on the Saturday night between seminar sessions, as they use just the first bit of stealth seduction technology to bang hotel receptionists, restaurant hostesses, and women in the grocery store. Then, when they return home, they use these very same methods to get girls they've been wanting to fuck for years into bed. Of course, not everyone can travel to London, pay thousands in airfare and accommodation, and thousands more on the closed-door training. And Richard realizes that, which is why now, for the first time ever, he's making the entire Stealth Attraction seminar available online as a private access member site, where he's going to reveal to you his secret arousal building tricks, covert triggers for getting women horny, aroused, and so sexually aggressive that they make the first move. And you can watch from the comfort of your own home, in the same chair you're in right now. The steps for getting the same results as Richard and his students are simple. Just watch the videos, which will take you less than 3 hours. Then, after you're finished watching, you're set. Nothing to practice, no hard work. The stealth attraction techniques will be hardwired into you, and you'll be ready to begin using it on women to trigger uncontrollable arousal in any woman you choose. No matter how many times she's rejected you before, no matter what her current relationship situation is. Once you have these powerful arousal triggers in your arsenal, the possibilities are endless for you. Begin to think about it now. What will you use these devious secrets for? To fuck that one girl you've wanted forever? To get a blowjob from that random hottie who catches your eye when you're walking down the street? To bang that young sexy girl who serves you at your favorite restaurant? What you do with stealth attraction once you've discovered its secrets is your choice and your choice alone. Every man's situation is unique, and only you know how you want to use this. But for everyone who discovers the method, one thing is true. When you use stealth attraction, it's a whole new game, and you have the unfair advantage. Because when you use stealth attraction to trigger unconscious arousal and get her pussy so wet that she needs to dry it off with your cock, she's yours, regardless of whether she was originally into you or not, and regardless if she doesn't fuck older guys. No more putting up with being stuck in the friend zone, or having girls not even know you exist. No more rejection, and no more nights spent at home alone with porn. Just raw sexual attraction in any woman you want. What can you expect to have happen to you after you've got stealth attraction under your belt? Well, here's what happened for just a few of the initial beta testers of the private online membership program, who got early access while the site was being finalized. This is from Kenneth in Bethel Township, Pennsylvania. I am still in shock. I only had a chance to watch the first part of the program because I had to run to pick up my youngest daughter at soccer practice. Well, I was talking to one of her friend's cute little babysitters in the parking lot, and I decided to see if you were full of shit or not. So I used the SAO trick on her, and it worked. Out of nowhere, she asked me if I've lost weight. I haven't. And if she wanted to schedule a play date between our girls so we could get to know each other better. Now, I'll admit, I haven't fucked her yet, but just feeling wanted makes all the difference in the world. Outside of Ashley's mother, who left me, by the way. I never really did that well with women. And that was when I had hair and a 33 waist. Anyway, I'll report back once I get deeper in the program, but I can already tell this is going to give me a second chance at my dating life. If any older guys out there want to ask me questions or get an email chain going or something, my email is kenjazzmachine59@aol.com. This is from Harold in Moses Lake, Washington. This fucking works. Wow. The reason why I signed up to be a beta tester was because I heard that I could use this to escape the friend zone. Well, buddy, you more than delivered on your promise. Some quick backstory. For literally 14 years, I've wanted this girl. I'm not putting her name here. Sorry. Something's gotta stay private. I'd never been able to work up the courage to make the move because she was the most perfect girl I'd ever met. Her personality, her looks, the way she laughed, everything. I've had 3 separate friends of mine date her, while I watched from the outside and pretended it didn't hurt. Well, I just got back from her place, and I'm glad to say it wasn't another cry on my shoulder session. It was a why haven't we fucked yet session. And by the way, after she asked me that, we did. And she was the one who started it all. I'm running on like 2 hours of sleep right now, so I can't remember all the details. But I know it was as glorious as I'd always imagined it would be. I never thought this could possibly work, but it did. And I'm so glad that I pushed through being so hesitant at first. I mean, trusting some guy I'd never met online before with my credit card, believing I'd actually get the program you promised you'd deliver, and believing it'd work for me. I had to really put my faith in you, and I've been let down so many times that it wasn't easy. But man, am I glad I made the right choice. If you're ever in the Northwest, give me a shout. I'd love to take you out for a beer, or buy you whatever the hell you want. I owe you. In just a minute, I'm going to give you the opportunity to become the next success story. But first, let's take a look at exactly what you're going to discover when you go through the program. You'll learn a strange secret for instantly transforming that female friend of yours into a friend with benefits, or even your girlfriend. Kevin wrote in saying he used this technique to sleep with a girl who he'd been friends with, without benefits, since childhood. And the best part? He says she practically raped me. We were in a taxi headed to an art show, and she literally got on top of me, cowgirl style, started making out with me and undoing my pants. It's freaking awesome to hear stuff like this, and it's only the tip of the iceberg. Because you're also gonna discover a subtle body language shift that turns you from a chick repeller to a pussy magnet, fast. Do this, and women will approach you. A devious little trick for making younger girls instantly horny for you. This Jedi-level trick makes your age your biggest advantage. You'll be thanking me when she's calling you daddy as you spank her ass and then eat her young little pussy. This trick made Ron C. from Nebraska feel like the luckiest guy on earth. He wrote in and said, "I'm 54 years old. I've been divorced for a year now, and before that, the only woman I'd slept with was my wife, who for the past 15 years wasn't exactly a hot young thing anymore. Since I started using stealth attraction, I've had sex with 3 girls under the age of 21. And it's like my dick finally remembers what the hell it used to get so excited about. On one hand, I'm mad I spent so much time fucking my older ex-wife. But on the other, I'm the fucking luckiest guy on the earth because I don't know any other guys my age who are dating down like I am right now. Pretty fucking awesome feedback if I do say so myself. But there's even more. Because another awesome trick you're going to learn in stealth attraction is how to develop X-ray vision into a woman's mind and know exactly what she thinks about you before you ask her out, so you'll never get rejected again. A simple question you can ask her about her father that unlocks her primal blueprint and how to use it to make her fall head over heels in love with you, fast. A strange technique originally discovered by a graduate student at Harvard University that causes her to become sexually addicted to you and beg for your penis every time you meet up. A simple secret for making women chase you as if you're a fucking rock star without having celebrity status or a boatload of cash. How to know if a girl is single or in a relationship before you talk to her, and how to secretly sabotage the way she feels about him so she's free to fuck you. How to tell if she's a good girl or a bad girl. Looks can be deceiving. And what to do and say to each type of girl to guarantee she ends up under your sheets sucking your cock. Craig followed this tip and then sent in this message. It was so simple. I realized in the first 20 seconds that she was definitely a bad girl, and I just let it ride from there. She was responding to everything that was coming out of my mouth. I couldn't believe it. I ended up fucking her in a 7-Eleven bathroom because she couldn't even wait until we got back to my place. Not bad for a guy who just recently went through a 2-year dry spell. Then there's the 27 innocent-sounding words that make her horny. Just slide 1 or 2 of these into normal everyday conversation, and her pussy lips will swell up and drip with anticipation. The one cologne you can get for less than $20 at your local drugstore that will cause a dramatic hormonal response in her brain and instantly put her in the mood for sex. A 9-word sentence that makes her want to go over to your place every single time. You're the puppet master, and pulling her strings has never been this easy. The single item you must never leave in plain sight when she comes over to your apartment. It'll cause her pussy to dry up instantly. Plus, the one accessory to leave next to your bed that guarantees she's coming back again. How to secretly cause her to want to kiss you, even if she told you she just wants to be friends, or harshly rejected you in the past. Roger wrote in with a pretty funny story. He's apparently using it to get random women around the workplace from different departments to start kissing him during his lunch breaks. Now, I'm not saying you should use this trick in this particular way, and I told Roger, and I'll tell you, you need to be careful about parading around, announcing, or even showing your in-office exploits. But you gotta admit, it's pretty fucking cool. And speaking of slightly risque uses of stealth, you're going to be learning how to create boyfriend amnesia, causing her to forget she even has one for just long enough to shove your cock between her tight little pussy lips. The secret to making her so loyal and devoted to you that the very thought of even being alone in the same room with another guy makes her sick to her stomach. How to secretly plant the seeds of obsession deep inside her mind so she feels herself becoming more and more obsessed with you every day that passes by. This is great because you literally don't have to do anything after the seed has been planted. How to make a girl bring home another girl so you can have threesomes whenever you want. And how to have your girl, no matter how she previously felt about the idea of them, be completely cool with it. And much, much more. Now, because you've been paying attention so far, you know that in order to get a woman into bed, you need to get her horny. And to get her horny, there is no better system than stealth attraction, because it's based on proven science and predictable triggers that work by manipulating a woman's animal brain to get her turned on, horny, and begging to fuck. Maybe you're even beginning to allow yourself to imagine all the ways you're going to use it in your own life, and how fucking incredible it's going to feel when you finally fuck her. That one girl you've been thinking about while you listen to my voice and watch this presentation. So let's talk about how you can get access right now, and why you know you can order confidently today, knowing that you're fully getting the lowest price this will ever be sold for, and are protected by a 365-day no questions asked money back guaranteed. But first, a question. What's it worth to you to know that you'll never have another lonely night again because you have the power to start a sexual relationship with almost any woman you want? To know you'll never have to settle for whatever comes your way again, or end up stuck in the friend zone while some other guy fucks the girl you badly want. What's it worth for you to command the respect and admiration of other men? To instantly change the way they treat you, in social settings and in your career. For the guys who attended the $7,000 seminars, they said they would have paid 10 times that amount. Because, when you think about it, there is simply nothing more valuable than going through life knowing that you are the guy who can look at a woman, decide you want her, and 60 minutes later, have her screaming your name. You can't put a price on knowing that you will never have to feel the pain of knowing that you want her, but can't have her. You can't put a price on never having to feel the anguish of watching her jump into the arms of another man. Never having to worry that when you're 80 years old, you'll be alone, with no one to take care of you. Looking back on your life, realizing that you missed out on the one thing that really fucking mattered. Fucking as much smoking hot young pussy as possible. And then settling down with the one who will be loyal to you, treat you like a king, and love you with every ounce of her soul. But Richard has put a price on stealth attraction, and it is way lower than you can even imagine. So what do you think is a fair price for stealth attraction and all of the incredible bonuses I just told you about? What do you think is a fair price for guaranteed results? The $7,000 that thousands before you have paid to attend the Stealth Attraction Live Training Seminar? The $3,000 Richard's phone coaching students said he should charge? The $697 I suggested he priced the program at? Well, those would all be fair, especially because of something special Richard is doing for you today as part of this program's release. Because Richard wants to do everything in his power to get the best results for the group of men who get access today, he's including 7 incredible bonuses for you when you order right now. The first is the Fuckbook formula, which will show you how to turn your own Facebook account into your personal Fuckbook account by applying stealth attraction principles to your Facebook profile to get women introducing themselves to you on an almost daily basis. This is a very real $197 value. Number 2 is the Secret Slut Scanner, how to scan for and find the horniest women in any room. Women go through hormonal cycles of extreme horniness, And if you're looking for the easiest and craziest sex you'll ever find, use the secret slut scanner to spot which women are primed to fuck. There's always a few in every room. This will be like having X-ray vision into every woman's mind and seeing them literally daydreaming about dicks. Richard has charged up to $247 for this special guide, but it's yours free today. Tom P. had this to say about the secret slut scanner. Out of everything you've ever shown me, this was by far the coolest. I can literally pop into a store after I'm done with work whenever I want, do a quick lap, and scan for girls that are down to fuck. Stealth attraction is easy to execute, but with the secret slut scanner, it's fucking child's play. The third bonus is SMS, Sex Messaging Secrets. This bonus shows you how to inject the secret stealth attraction trigger words into your text messages so you can get women to your bedroom with just a few taps of your phone. You'll be getting women horny without even talking to them in person, like literally having a remote control that you can press for pussy. You get a list of 14 proven text messages that you copy and paste to get her horny, and sending naked pictures to you over the phone. A $97 value. Yours free today. Number 4 is the 5 senses of seduction. Make her horny without even doing anything. Did you know there's a single color you can wear that will get her horny before you even open your mouth? Or that certain foods really do act as aphrodisiacs that make her wet? Or that certain types of cologne actually trigger a biologically hardwired mating response in her? In this bonus, you'll learn the clothing to wear, the food to serve, the cologne to splash on, and more. She'll be soaking wet before you ever utter the first word of stealth seduction to her. This one goes for $47, and it's yours free with your order today. Okay, bonus 5, squirting secrets. How to make any girl squirt in 1 minute or less. Squirting orgasms are a unique and more intense orgasm than she's ever had when you can give them to her. And with this guide, you will be able to give them to her. You will be the best she's ever had, and she'll be addicted to sex with you, begging for playtime every time she talks to you, telling her friends about it, and thinking about you every time she fingers herself. This is the fastest way to get her sexually addicted to you, and you're getting it free with Stealth Attraction when you order right now. Bonus number 6 is Turn Back the Clock. How to immediately get the firm, thick, long-lasting erections that you used to have when you were 16 years old. In this bonus, you're going to discover 6 secret foods you can enjoy that when you eat them together will give you instant, rock-hard, long-lasting erections. You'll be blown away how much bigger it gets when it's fully hard, and she'll be blown away about how fucking good it feels. Here's a little hint. One of the foods is watermelon, a fruit rich in the amino acid citrulline, which dilates blood vessels much like Viagra or Cialis. This bonus is easily worth the $97 that Richard charges for it every day. But again, this is yours free when you order right now. And finally, from friendly to fucking, how to fuck the brains out of your female friends. In this special guide, only available to the first 100 guys who order Stealth Attraction, you're going to learn an easy step-by-step formula for using Stealth Attraction to turn your female friends into your personal sex toys. If you've ever been told, let's just be friends, then you want this proven formula. Now, in addition to all 7 of these bonuses, Richard is also going to be including several more, but you'll have to buy the course and log in to discover them. So the total value of all this material, when you include the $7,000 paid by men worldwide to attend his seminars, is $7,682. Yet Richard wants any guy to be able to afford Stealth Attraction, so he's pricing it at just $197. But today, you're not even going to pay that low price. See, this special advertising test is only going to be running for a day or possibly a few hours. It all depends on how long it takes to run through the ad budget. So, because you're lucky enough to be here now, you've got a special opportunity. For today only, you can get the entire Stealth Attraction system and thousands of dollars in bonuses for only $69.95. But only when you act now. Because once this marketing test is over, 2 things will happen. The first is that the price goes back up to $197. And the second is that the bonuses are being removed from the offer. And honestly, I'm not even sure when that's going to be. Could be a few months, or could be a few years, depending on how busy Richard is with the initial group of clients that ordered today. So if you've ever heard the phrase, you snooze, you lose, well, you understand why that applies right now. After you've watched the videos just once, it'll be like Richard has downloaded his brain into yours, and you can use all of his covert stealth triggers to get girls turned on, soaking wet, and obsessed with you. It's going to work for you the very first time. In fact, Richard guarantees it. Here's what I mean. You have a full year to decide if you want to pay for this. So if you try the triggers and they don't work, or if you get it and you never even log in because you're too busy living your life, or if you do log in, but you don't like the way Richard's hair looks in the videos, then just go ahead and send an email to support@stealthseductionsecret.com or call into his 800 number, and you'll be promptly and courteously given a full refund. No questions asked, no jumping through hoops, no dicking around. So go ahead and click the button immediately below this video right now. And when you do, you can feel good knowing that your decision to discover Richard's stealth attraction secrets today is completely guaranteed for a full year. So you don't even have to decide right now that you want to pay for this. Just take Stealth Attraction for a test spin, starting a few short moments from now. And because it isn't shipped to you physically, you truly have access in just minutes, or even seconds, depending on how fast you fill out the form on the next page. No waiting for the postman, no embarrassing DVDs showing up on your doorstep, just instant, discreet access to the videos that will change your life. Right now, you have a choice to make. Thousands are watching this video, and only a few will get fast mover access to this program. So you can either continue on with your life how it was before you found this page, and carry on living how you used to live, going weeks, months, even years without getting laid. Or you can take the second path. You can click the button below this video right now and gain access to the Stealth Attraction Training Program, the most powerful seduction technology ever devised. The choice is yours. I obviously can't make it for you, but I believe everything happens for a reason, and it's no accident that you're here right now watching this video. Right here, right now. So go ahead and at least give Stealth Attraction a try. You risk nothing, because again, you're protected by Richard's ironclad, no questions asked 365-day guarantee. Richard wouldn't make this promise if he didn't know it will work for you, but he does. And thousands of guys right now who are using this system are proof of this fact. That means you can trust that when you click the button below, you are guaranteed to get what you want. Pussy, power, and control over women. Finally. Go ahead right now and click the button below the video and quickly, easily fill out the secure 256-bit SSL encrypted form on the next page. You will look back on this moment as literally the turning point of your life. The moment where everything changed. Oh, and when you fuck your first girl using Stealth Attraction, Richard wants to know about it. Nothing makes him happier than knowing about the success of his students. Thank you so much for watching this presentation. Richard looks forward to sending you your access details to the Stealth Attraction online training program. Still here? Makes sense. You probably have some questions that I didn't answer for you yet. The last time I bought a blender, I spent 3 hours reading reviews on Amazon. I can be pretty thorough when I make purchases online too. So let's do a little Q&A here, so hopefully I can answer whatever final questions you have before you decide to buy, okay? First question you might have is, how's this thing delivered? And that's a great question. It's actually delivered digitally and instantly through a private members-only website. So as soon as you order, we generate a custom username and password for you and email it to you along with the link to the secret site. You just click the link in the email, pop in your username and password like you would for any password-protected site, and you're in. The instructional videos on the site will stream for you right there on the site, so you don't have to download them to your computer and risk having someone else find them. Richard employed a top-tier tech and design team that set this bad boy up so everything works super fast and without a hitch, and so you can really get around easily and find the content you're looking for. Best of all, access is damn near immediate, so you can be in the site and watching Richard's program, downloading his methods into your brain just moments after you decide to click the button below this video and place your order. Okay, so the second question I get a lot is, what if I'm an older guy? Or, you could swap in a bunch of other things here, like I'm an uglier guy, or I don't have that much money, but we'll focus on older here. So look, you're smart for asking this question. Traditional systems that work by getting her attracted don't work for older guys or ugly guys. This methodology, on the other hand, works by getting her aroused first. And this is the main reason why it works so well for older gentlemen. Because clearly, if you're 45 or older and she's 19 and you walk into the room and try to impress her and make her feel attracted, it's not going to work. But when you come in under the radar, ask her a few simple questions, just being friendly, and then her pussy starts to get wet and her heart starts beating faster and faster, and she starts craving you like a smoker craves a cigarette. Well, that's a whole different story. And it's how you're going to do it once you get Stealth Attraction. With Stealth Attraction, you're operating on an entirely different part of her brain. A part of her brain that can only feel emotions and make quick decisions based on those emotions, not your age. So yes, when you can make her aroused and horny with just a few simple words, she's yours, even if you're on the older side or if you're pretty damn ugly. Okay, third question. Can stealth attraction get me out of the friend zone? So, the tricky thing about trying to get out of the friend zone is you don't want to screw it all up and ruin the relationship you do have by making your feelings known and getting rejected. Well, with stealth attraction, you never put yourself out there. She's going to be the one to do that. Here's what I mean. To use stealth attraction with a female friend who's stuck you in the friend zone, just proceed as normal. Be her friend. Act the same way you always do. The only thing you want to do differently is pepper your conversation with just a few of the proven trigger words Richard gives you, and then watch as her behavior starts to change. You will be the same guy you've always been, but now, for the first time, the way she feels about you will be different. And she'll make her intentions known sooner rather than later. You see, that's the true beauty of stealth attraction, the absolutely covert nature of it. No one will know you're using it, which actually makes it great for other uses besides escaping the friend zone. Let's say there's a woman at work who you want to fuck. Well, normally, hitting on her would get you reported to HR, either by her or by someone who overhears you. But with stealth, she's the one making the moves. All you're doing is being yourself and having a normal conversation. Same goes for school if you're a student, or applying it on a girl's friends if you really want to be a player. Okay, next question. How is this different from XYZ dating advice? The big difference between other stuff out there and stealth attraction is that stealth attraction is the only method that works by skipping the idea of attraction completely and going straight for arousal. All of the other programs out there assume that in order to get a woman, you have to first attract her. The problem with that is that in trying to attract women, guys come off as desperate and needy. And if you're not already her type, the chances of failure are very high. But with stealth attraction, you don't spend a second playing this stupid attraction game. Instead, you use a few innocent-sounding words to get her pussy wet and her heart racing. Her primal animal brain takes over. And just like that, you're the only guy she wants to have sex with because of how you made her feel. By not trying to get her attracted, you avoid all the stupid shit and time wasting that gets you rejected. And instead, you get her so horny that she makes the move on you. Okay, next question. I want to use this, but isn't it cheating? Well, let me ask you a question. When she puts on a push-up bra, wears heels and a short skirt to get you horny, is that cheating? I don't think so. As men, do we love when women do that to us? Get our hearts racing a little faster, get that blood flowing to our dicks? You bet. Well, when you use stealth attraction, it's the same thing, just a different way of doing it. Men are visual creatures. Women respond to the spoken word. You see, women want to feel arousal, the same way we do. It's why the 50 Shades of Grey novels sold and continue to sell millions of copies. Women want to feel horny, aroused. They want a man to fuck them, especially an older man. So no, using stealth attraction is not cheating. It's giving women the feelings and emotions they desperately crave. And the final question I get a lot is, if I buy this, is it really guaranteed? Look, I get your concern. The internet is kind of the Wild West of shopping, but look, yes, it really is 100% guaranteed. I mean, listen, you and I, we don't know each other yet. If I was able to meet you in person and tell you about this, that'd be cool. And you can look me in the eye, shake my hand, and you could feel a lot more confident about making this purchase. I wish I could do that on the internet, so we're limited by the fact that it's virtual, and the best I can do here is let you know that you're covered by this amazing guarantee. Most companies offer 30-day guarantees, but Richard insists on giving you 60 full days to really see how stealth attraction will change your life. Thousands of guys have experienced the program's power in the real world, so he's very confident in the material, and that's why he can offer such a generous guarantee. If for some reason you do need to take him up on the guarantee, it's very easy to do so. You just email or call. Both are on the email receipt that you're going to get when you order, and both are also in the private membership site. And your refund will be handled immediately. Richard's got two beautiful young ladies running his support desk, both American, and both happy to assist you and take care of whatever needs you may have. Okay, so that just about covers it. I'm going to sign off now. I really appreciate you joining me all the way to the end here, and I hope you got the information you need to feel good about buying this course right now, knowing it's going to work for you. As you go ahead and begin to feel good about clicking the button below, I want you to just think about the following. How much has it cost you to this point in your life not having this information? How much have you blown because you were pissed off and feeling down on yourself because you didn't have as many women as you wanted? I know for me, personally, that number's in the tens of thousands. And I've never done the whole buy a sports car and hope women will notice thing. But my point is this. The $70 you're about to invest are the best $70 you'll ever invest in your life. Because until now, you've been spending a truckload on shit to make yourself feel better about being sexless, to distract you from the fact that you weren't fucking young, hot pussy. Well, right now, everything changes for you. And for the first time in your life, you're going to get exactly what it is that you want. Young, hot pussy. Whenever you want, however you want. Go ahead and click the button below. And in just seconds, you'll have instant access to the Stealth Attraction private members site.